What if I told you there's a place in America so secret that for decades, the US government refused to admit it even existed? Hidden deep within Nevada's vast desert lies a military installation surrounded by mystery, conspiracy theories, and some of the tightest security on Earth. Millions believe alien spacecraft are hidden inside. Others say the world's most advanced military technology was born there. For decades, satellites photographed it, pilots flew over it. Yet officially, it didn't exist. But why would the world's most powerful government hide an entire military base? Was Area 51 protecting humanity from something unimaginable? Or was it protecting America's greatest military secrets? Today, we're uncovering the hidden history of Area 51. And the truth is far stranger than most people realize.
To understand why Area 51 was built, we have to go back to one of the most dangerous periods in modern history, the Cold War. It was the mid-1950s. The Second World War had ended, but peace had not arrived. Instead, two global superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union, entered a silent conflict driven by fear, espionage, and technological competition. Every military breakthrough could shift the balance of power. Every secret mattered. The United States urgently needed reliable intelligence about Soviet missile sites, air defenses, and military activities. But gathering that information was incredibly dangerous. Spy planes had to fly higher than any aircraft before them, carry advanced cameras, and remain hidden from enemy radar. Testing such revolutionary aircraft in cities or public airports was impossible. The mission demanded complete isolation. And somewhere in the vast Nevada desert, American officials believed they had found a perfect place. In 1955, the Central Intelligence Agency launched one of the most ambitious aviation projects in American history. The mission was simple to describe, but incredibly difficult to achieve. Build an aircraft that could fly higher than any fighter jet, travel deep into Soviet airspace, photograph military targets, and return without being intercepted. To make that possible, the CIA partnered with Lockheed's legendary Skunk Works division, led by aerospace engineer Clarence Kelly Johnson. Johnson needed more than an innovative aircraft. He needed a place where no one would ask questions.
While flying over the Nevada desert, he noticed a vast, dry lake bed called Groom Lake. It was flat, isolated, and surrounded by mountains, ideal for testing experimental aircraft in complete secrecy. Within weeks, construction crews transformed the empty desert into a hidden airfield. Temporary buildings, hangars, fuel storage, and a runway began to appear. Officially, it had no public identity. Unofficially, it was becoming one of the most secretive military facilities ever built.
In the summer of 1955, the silence of the Nevada desert was finally broken. On a newly built runway at Groom Lake, engineers prepared for the first flight of a revolutionary aircraft, the Lockheed U-2. Unlike any airplane before it, the U-2 was designed to fly above 70,000 feet, an altitude far beyond the reach of most military fighters and commercial aircraft of its era. At that height, the sky appeared darker, the horizon curved, and the aircraft often reflected sunlight long after sunset. To people on the ground, it didn't look like a normal airplane. It looked like a glowing object moving silently across the sky.
Across the American Southwest, reports of strange lights and unidentified flying objects began to take shape. Witnesses described silver discs, brilliant flashes, and aircraft that seemed impossibly high. Because the U-2 program was highly classified, government officials could not explain what people were actually seeing. That silence allowed rumors to spread. And over time, the legend of Area 51 began to take shape. It had become something much bigger, a mystery. Across the United States, reports of unidentified flying objects continued to appear. Newspapers published unusual stories. Radio programs debated strange lights in the sky. And because many military projects remained classified, officials often refused to explain what witnesses had seen. Into that silence came speculation.
Some believed the government had recovered an alien spacecraft. Others claimed secret laboratories were hidden beneath the Nevada desert, where scientists were studying extraterrestrial technology. These extraordinary stories spread through books, television specials, and eventually Hollywood films. But here's what history tells us. There is strong documented evidence that Area 51 was used to develop highly classified aircraft and surveillance technology. There is no publicly verified evidence that alien spacecraft or extraterrestrial life have ever been stored or studied there. Yet, because many military programs remain classified, the mystery has never completely disappeared. Sometimes, a lack of information creates stories that become even more powerful than the facts themselves.
For nearly 6 decades, Area 51 officially lived in the shadows. Maps showed little or nothing. Government officials avoided discussing it in public. Employees who worked there signed strict secrecy agreements, and many spent years unable to tell even their own families what they did. To the outside world, Area 51 became a blank space surrounded by rumors. Then, in 2013, something changed. Following a Freedom of Information Act request, the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency released previously classified historical documents. For the first time, the documents openly referred to Area 51 and confirmed that the remote Nevada facility had been used to test revolutionary reconnaissance aircraft, including the U-2 and later the A-12. The release didn't reveal everything. It didn't answer every question. But it transformed one of America's worst-kept secrets into an officially acknowledged part of Cold War history. Even after that confirmation, however, many activities at the base remained classified. And that's exactly why the mystery continues. As the Cold War entered a new era, the mission at Area 51 evolved. It was no longer only about flying higher. Now, the challenge was to become nearly invisible. Military engineers began developing aircraft designed to reduce their radar signature, a technology that would become known as stealth. Experimental aircraft often featured sharp angles, unusual shapes, and surfaces unlike anything the public had ever seen. To someone catching a brief glimpse from miles away, these designs could appear almost otherworldly. Some flights took place after sunset or before dawn to maintain secrecy. Under those conditions, sunlight reflecting off high-altitude aircraft or distant navigation lights could easily create the illusion of mysterious objects in the sky. Historians and aviation experts believe that some UFO reports from that period may have been sightings of classified military aircraft. That doesn't explain every unexplained sighting, but it does explain why Area 51 became permanently linked with the UFO phenomenon. Sometimes, the most extraordinary stories begin with technology the public isn't meant to see. No story has shaped the legend of Area 51 more than one word: Roswell. In July 1947, something crashed near Roswell, New Mexico. The U.S. Army initially announced that it had recovered a flying disc. Just hours later, the statement was withdrawn. Officials explained that the debris came from a weather balloon. That sudden change fueled decades of speculation.
Over the years, some writers and former military personnel claimed the wreckage was not a balloon at all, but something far more extraordinary. According to those stories, pieces of an alien spacecraft and even extraterrestrial bodies were secretly transported to Area 51 for study. These claims became the foundation of countless books, documentaries, films, and television series. However, extensive historical investigations have found no publicly verified evidence that alien technology or extraterrestrial remains were ever taken to Area 51.
Later U.S. government reports linked much of the Roswell debris to Project Mogul, a classified Cold War program that used high-altitude balloons to monitor possible Soviet nuclear tests. Even so, because the original military announcement changed so quickly, and because many Cold War projects remained secret, the Roswell story never truly disappeared. In the end, Area 51 became more than a military base. It became a symbol of unanswered questions. After nearly 70 years of secrecy, Area 51 remains one of the most recognizable military facilities in the world. Yet perhaps its greatest achievement isn't the mystery that surrounds it. It's the technology that changed aviation forever. From the U-2 reconnaissance aircraft to the A-12, and later, the development of stealth technology. The innovations tested in the Nevada desert reshaped modern military aviation. But Area 51 also teaches us something beyond engineering. When information is hidden, curiosity grows. And when curiosity goes unanswered, legends are born. Over the decades, countless books, films, television shows, and internet discussions have transformed Area 51 into something much larger than a military base. It has become a symbol of secrecy, a symbol of innovation, and above all, a symbol of humanity's endless desire to discover what lies beyond the unknown.
Even today, many questions remain unanswered. Not because every mystery has an extraordinary explanation, but because some information is still protected for reasons of national security. The line between documented history and popular mythology has never been completely clear, and perhaps it never will be. Whether you believe Area 51 holds only advanced aircraft, or you think there's still something more hidden behind its gates, one fact remains undeniable. Few places on Earth have captured the world's imagination quite like this isolated stretch of desert. The truth is that Area 51 isn't famous because we know everything about it. It's famous because we don't. And sometimes, the greatest mystery isn't what's being hidden. It's why we never stop searching.